Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones 4.0. Okay, so as you can quite clearly tell, we have a little bit of a problem here with our wonderful fief. Yes, Tolos actually is not doing amazingly, and it would be really cool if we could actually improve its prosperity. So what I'm actually going to do is after this, we're going to do a little bit of kingdom management, and we're just going to head down there and see what I can do to actually assist them with becoming a little bit more prosperous. As you can see, the other fiefs that we have here that are indeed towns are having an insane amount of prosperity in comparison to mine. So I must be governing it relatively badly. That is the only thing I can really think of there. The only thing I can maybe do is possibly get some policies, but I don't think these are really going to make any difference. Castle upgrade costs, I think we might as well support this proposal. I'm just going to abstain from voting because it doesn't really do much for me, and it obviously saves us a little bit of influence. Anyway, Daenerys, I don't know why Daenerys is consistently against basically everything. I don't know why she's doing that, but you know, that's Bannerlord for you. And yeah, apart from that, I don't think there's really anything that I can go for here. Most of it is to do with trade taxes and, you know, various other things like influence gain to the ruler clan, things only for the ruler, and so on. For example, ruler's party size is increased by 60, and things like that. So it's probably unlikely we're going to be able to institute any of these things, which is absolutely fine because we're in a tournament right now. Let's do this. There's 8 lords in here. We're probably going to have a bit of a problem with them, potentially. It very much depends on who they are. We do have a couple of companions in here as well, but funny thing is, we're actually in a sort of cavalry formation here, so it shouldn't be too bad because obviously, as I've said before, I actually really like playing with a spear. I think it's actually really fun, and this is technically not a spear, it's kind of like a more of a lance, I guess, but yeah, these are very cool indeed. As you can see, we could just go for that lovely overhead, and you can just hit them in the head for double, well, not double damage, but 50% more damage, thanks to that wonderful perk. And speaking of perks, we are indeed going to be placing a couple of points into leadership because a couple of people said, hey, you know what? Leadership's actually kind of useful, so you may want to consider getting something in that. And I thought, okay, sure, why not? I'm happy to do that. I'm not really prioritizing it because generally, if I'm going for leadership at any point, usually it's for a specific perk. And as far as I can tell, you're going to need to get pretty high in level to get anything decent, but maybe there's something better than I think. I don't know. Maybe there's something better and I'm missing out, and I really should do something with it. So that's what we're going to do, and hopefully I'm not going to die here. Okay, I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here. I'm going to just try to dance around him. That's what I'm trying to do right now. He's got a shield, so he's obviously going to be moving around a little bit slower than I am. Ow, got shot. That actually interrupted my melee strike, amazingly enough. There we go, he's dead. Okay, now we can just deal with her. Okay, let's just see. Okay, that was good. Nice. That was actually really close. Okay, surprisingly so, in fact. Definitely wasn't expecting that. Not in a million years. Ah, she's actually here as well. Okay, this is a bit problematic, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to have to go into melee here, try to interrupt him a little bit so that my AI friend can actually do something. There we go, and we were able to do that. Oh, it's actually Gerren. Ah, okay, fantastic. Yeah, so obviously leveling up leadership is not going to be too difficult. As we have shown in the past, you know, I've obviously made many series on this game already, and there are indeed very easy ways to level up leadership. So once we have a couple of focus points in it, I'm not gonna start leveling it when we only have 1 or anything like that. I'm gonna level up maybe get 3 focus points in it, and then we'll, you know, earnestly try to level it up as much as we can, because I feel like when there's only 1 focus point, what are we going to get? We're probably going to get to what, 75 or something like that. Not sure if there's anything good at 75, so I'm going to take a look at that in a moment, and then we're going to just see if there's anything worth it. And otherwise, let's have a look. Okay, so we've got 50 here. Battle morale, obviously recruitment rate of prisoners. That is obviously pretty useful if you're wanting to recruit higher tier people. You got the party size limit there. Yeah, I think probably the party size limit is probably going to be good for that. What else do we have here? Tier 3 troops in your party no longer retreat due to low morale. I'm hopeful that we always have relatively high morale, but there's always a case that maybe you don't. 5% more experience. No morale penalty for recruiting prisoners of your faction. That could have been useful when we were still fighting Aegon, but obviously we're not anymore. Speaking of him, where is he? Because I would like to actually declare war against his faction so we can maybe take him prisoner and then, you know, do a little bit of choppy action. You know what that means. Oh, yes. Anyway, plus 20... Oh, plus 20% morale from victories. That sounds like a pretty nice one. We could also go for... Yeah, more party size limit... Recruitment rate for infantry prisoners. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see that this is quite useful. I think this is really very, very good. The plus 100% battle morale to troops when you kill an enemy in battle. Isn't there another thing that actually causes you to deal damage to the enemy's morale? I think there is definitely a perk somewhere that does that. But, yeah, I'm obviously not going to be looking at that right now because I have no idea which tree it's in. There are so many different ones like that. I think it's... Isn't it in the two-handed tree or something? I'm actually not entirely sure. Anyway, there's Daenerys right there. Did you see her little dragon running around? I say little dragon. Okay, vote for land tax. What does this do? 5% less village income for clans. Okay, sure. I'm just going to abstain. I'm not going to bother doing anything with this because I've only got 100 influence. I'd like to kind of maintain that for the moment, even though it would be nice to us, you know, to have us actually gain a little bit of relation with her, because unfortunately, as I showed in the previous episode, we had some pretty big issues with a bug that reduces the relation by, what was it, 3.1 million or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure why that happens. Ooh. Yeah, it was indeed the Dothraki. So the Dothraki have now taken Mantaris. I'm not sure if we're even going to be able to take that back, to be fair, because I don't know whether Daenerys actually declares war against the Dothraki or whether we are just going to be staying relatively, you know, kind of peaceful with them, because obviously she does have a relation with them in the lore of the subject material, so... It's probably going to make sense for her to be, you know, kind of peaceful in comparison to what you'd expect beforehand. Anyway, let's go straight on in here, and I just want to see if there's anything that I can do. No, there is nothing I can do. I was kind of hopeful that I might be able to do a task. Why are we losing so much money, by the way? My garrison expenses are extreme in the town. Why is that? There's 441. I assume... There's someone here placing massive amounts of units in here, to be honest, because I literally did not put anyone here, to be honest. Yeah, as you can see. They actually put a couple of high-tier units. Now, that's actually a thing as well. Someone recommended that we get some tiger cloaks, and as far as I'm aware, tiger cloaks are from Volantis. I think they are from Volantis, so we're probably going to go over there and just pick up a couple. I'm just going to get rid of a couple of militia here, because obviously militia don't really level up any further than they are at the moment. Just going to get rid of some of these, and there we have it. Okay, yeah, that seems pretty good. So yeah, apart from that, we are obviously going to level up our leadership by making a companion a party leader. We've done this multiple times before. I actually said this... I don't even know, a year and a half ago or something like that, where we were actually able to create our, well, not create our own faction, but become a vassal, and then, you know, we could obviously create our own army, and that would be pretty fantastic. Ooh, we actually had a vassal join us from Cohort. That's actually pretty amazing. I was kind of worried about that, to be honest, because I was thinking to myself, okay, these guys actually have some really, really powerful units, or it seems like they have pretty powerful units because they're so heavily armored and everything. Seems like there are no tasks for me to do in and around these villages here, so it seems like we are absolutely fine. I'm actually kind of surprised about that as well. Oh, my caravan has finally been attacked. That's kind of weird. It's been a while since we actually set that out, and now all of a sudden he's being attacked. Okay, well, let me just take a look at the leaderboard real quick. No, we are way ahead of him, so we're just going to do one more tournament, and then I'm going to go off screen And I'm going to let the game just run a little bit while I do some random task or whatever. You know, I'll just do some merchant caravan stuff or whatever, you know, something to just, you know, spend the time. And I don't think you want to see another merchant caravan mission, do you? No, I wouldn't think so, but the point is, we're just going to let that run a bit, and we'll see what happens after that. But for now, let's just do this tournament. Hopefully I'm going to be able to achieve victory here. As you can see, so much damage being done from this, just purely for the fact that we are hopefully hitting in the head most of the time. Unfortunately, I'm not always able to do that. Ow. And I'm getting absolutely murdered by thrown weapons as well. There we go. Yeah, you see exactly what I'm talking about, though. Any single time we can get a headshot with a spear or a lance or whatever, it's really going to do so much damage. It's so incredibly satisfying, actually, when that happens as well, because you're able to kind of feel a bit, you know, you feel a little bit proud of yourself, because you're kind of hitting them where it hurts the most. And obviously, if you're someone like me who's not particularly usually that good at the combat, then, you know, it's nice. You know, it's a nice feeling. Anyway, we're hopefully going to be able to not get shot. Here we go. Hello. Well, that was easy enough, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on in her mind right there. Maybe she was distracted. She was distracted by how amazing Elias is, obviously. What else would it be? That was nice. Literally getting myself hit randomly. There we go, and that's it. That was actually a really nice round. It felt like everyone was doing pretty significant damage to pretty much anyone. And yeah, I like that. You know, I like that. Whenever there's a melee like that, you know, grand melee, I'm always really appreciative of the AI being effective, or in some cases, ineffective, because of course they are going to be ineffective if they're not blocking at all. But we can hopefully do something here. This is obviously one of our companions as well. He just basically didn't bother. He was like, yeah, you know what, this is my party leader. I might as well just let him win. That seems like what's going on there. That's very nice of him, isn't it? Anyway, there we go. We were able to achieve victory there. And I will be doing this Escort Merchant Caravan quest. And in the meantime, well, you're gonna see me in a moment, aren't you? Alright, so we're in another tournament, mostly because there has been, well, pretty much nothing going on. However, we do have something to actually talk about here. And what I wanted to bring to your attention is a certain mod. And now, this mod is something that I have not ever played with before in previous playthroughs. And this is a mod that someone recommended to me, and I was like, whoa, this is actually really useful, and I wouldn't have expected it to be this useful. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be useful, but you know me, I'm generally one of those people that just likes to stay with things that I kind of know, because otherwise I'm introducing unknown elements, and unknown elements in the case of Bannerlord modding can sometimes cause you, well, some issues. Let's just say that. Anyway, the mod in question is called Better Time. And I've actually been using this a great deal. I actually wanted to bring it to your attention a little bit more adequately, shall we say, in the previous episode, because obviously I had a pretty significant amount of time where I was off screen, and I wanted to kind of say, hey, you know what? The only reason why I was able to actually progress as fast as I did in real time without having to spend hours upon hours, I mean, obviously, let's face it, I am still spending quite a significant amount of time, but I'm spending much less of my own time, you know, real life time, in progressing, because I do have this mod. You know, this mod is making a huge difference. And it's actually amazing, because you can just wait at a town, and you can customize this however you like, by the way, using MCM or a mod configuration menu. You can do that, and then you're going to have a wonderful time, because it is literally a case of, well, you just customize it to be whatever speed you like, and then you can just do whatever. You could just wait there, and you can have the time pass as fast as you want. And I have it currently on the normal fast mode, which is normally what you have in the game, is, I believe, usually 8 times as fast, but I doubled that, and now it's 16, so it's 16 times as fast than normal speed mode. And then you have the even faster mode, and by the way, I'm doing this particular tournament for this horse. Yeah, but then you have the even faster mode that works best when you're waiting at a town. And this is currently, for me, on, I believe, 36 times as fast or something like that. So when you're waiting here, it is absolutely incredible. Because, for example, let's say that I want to build this workshop, right? Because obviously I'm attempting to improve my town over and over again, right? I want to try to make sure that that's working. What's actually going on with this, by the way? Avoid starvation, minus 3.2. How am I... Wait a minute. How is it starving? We have this much food. Okay. Let me actually just take a quick look here, because I'm thinking to myself, no, look, there is a massive amount of food in here. What is actually going on? That is so strange. Okay, yeah, well, whatever the case, this weird, confusing thing notwithstanding, you know, with my town having some weird problems, because as I say, what does it mean, avoid starvation? We have 300 food right here. It's not starving, quite clearly. That is so strange. I guess we're going to have to get maybe a granary or something like that. Maybe that's actually going to help us or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, as I say, Better Time adds this button right here. It's extra fast forward, right? And basically what that does is this. If I activate it right now, you see how fast the days pass. Obviously, I'm not even going as fast as I could. I'm pretty sure I could go even faster than this. And as long as I don't use the extra fast mode in a movement situation, so if I'm, you know, chasing someone or I'm being chased, I shouldn't have any problems in getting caught or making a mistake or whatever. And if I'm just waiting in a town, which is exactly what I'm doing here, this is an absolutely fantastic mod. If you're not already using it, I'd highly recommend checking it out. It seems to work with pretty much any version as well. So even if you're playing on a more up-to-date version or whatever, then you're going to be pretty good. Oh, hello. There we go. Yeah, I actually did have a family feud quest going on, and I told Gerren to finish up with it. And as you can see, look, there he is. He's actually now come back, and he is ready to rejoin us. Very nice indeed. Because here's the thing. Family feud for me is one of those quests that I generally prefer to not bother with anymore. Alright, so I've actually figured out something now as well. Now, it's been quite a... maybe a little bit of time. I'm actually not entirely sure how long it's been, because I've kind of just been running around doing my own thing here. And it's actually kind of funny how fast time can actually pass when you're kind of absorbed into the game and you're kind of thinking to yourself, okay, I'm just going to do this task, going to do that task, going to try to maximize the amount of relation and prosperity and just generally try to help out as many of my citizens as I can. And that's kind of what I'm trying to do here, because obviously this guy is giving me a manual laborer task, and what I figured out was that broken men and pirate parties, I can catch those without too many problems. However, Dothraki parties, I cannot catch because they are, of course, mounted. So, yeah, that's obviously a bit of an issue. But it doesn't really matter, because the main purpose for me is literally just being able to increase my relation with this fellow. I'm not really trying to do anything except make my villages as prosperous as possible so that they can continue to kind of help out my town in becoming prosperous as well. So, if you want to take a look at this, this is what's currently going on here. We're building aqueducts. I'm actually going to try for the 0.3 bonus to prosperity. And as you can see, this is actually not very good. I didn't have enough money in here, so it otherwise would have taken 13 days. Oh my. Okay, yeah. That was a huge error on my part. But it's actually good that I went back there then, isn't it? Yeah, it's very good that I went back there. Yeah, but otherwise, I've just been attempting to do as many tasks as I can get my hands on and trying to generally make House Targaryen into a much stronger faction as a result. So any particular task that I can do here, with the exception of the Brigands quest, because I'm not a big fan of doing the Brigands quest, I'm also attempting to purchase as many war mounts as I can get my hands on too. And that's making a huge difference in the amount of cavalry units that I can level up. As you can see, I only have 6, which is really sad. I only had 6 of those mounts, but it's okay, you know, it's good enough. It's good enough. Anyway, we're just going to put another 10k in there, and this is almost done in 6 days. Let's just wait here for a little bit of time. I actually did a little bit of smithing as well, and the smithing itself it takes so long. It really does. It takes so long to get any skill whatsoever, but that is the point. I'm not really doing too many orders or anything like that. I think I do need to respec and potentially start doing some smelting and actually smelting some things that are kind of useful to smelt so that I can start getting some parts and everything. Oh, there's a caravan ambush. Okay, that's actually pretty much perfect. Generally, any caravan ambush or caravan escort mission, as I've said multiple times in the past, is absolutely fantastic. It really is one of the best things you can do. And look at this. There you go, 58 of them. Look at that. That's absolutely crazy. Actually, 55 of them. But yeah, apart from being able to do this and being able to increase my relation gain and everything, look at how quick and easy that was. So incredibly fast. Just going to get rid of that. This guy is from the Iron Islands. I don't really want to take him. That's the thing. I need a governor that is House Targaryen, but I don't know whether there are any companions that are from that culture, which is a little bit off-putting, to be honest, but oh well, never mind. Anyway, here we go. We are at 112. Let's see what else I can just do here. I want to make sure that I have enough resources. That's the whole thing. These things right here, these are going to be kind of problematic for us, so we're just going to do a little bit more of that. Just try to get more of this. As you can see, it's very, very difficult with the amount of energy that we have. But, of course, we could use our companions. Now, the main problem, you see, because I do understand that, you know, you're trying to be helpful and everything, but the thing with making companions smiths is that they have extremely little smithing skill. With the exception of maybe this guy, but he has no focus points in it at all. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult anyway. But the point is, they have such few points in smithing that it's going to be extremely difficult for us to level it up with them. And also, that basically makes it almost impossible to get some of the higher tier resources refined. For example, fine steel or regular steel or anything like that. But I suppose we could use them for the standard stuff. I guess that's the one thing that we could do. Ah, there we go. My construction in my castle is now done, and maybe we'll be able to go over there in just a second and see what we can do to get another one started. That would be really, really nice. Okay, so once again, just gonna continue doing this. I want to try to maximize as much as I can get. And what's really funny about this as well is that if you've taken a look at my skill, I only have 117 skill or something like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, how do I only have such a small amount, or 115 skill? Because we're gaining significant amounts of resources. And I mean, you can see here, look at that. I gained 1 skill point from doing all of that. I have no idea how we are supposed to get to a higher level of smithing. It takes a long, long time. I guess we're going to have to craft some weapons that are higher difficulty and do some orders and all that wonderful stuff. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? But, you know, it takes its time, you know? It really takes its time. Anyway, I'd like to go for some more aqueducts if at all possible. I think that's probably going to be pretty useful for us. Or maybe I should go for another workshop. That is going to make things just that much quicker, so let's just do that. It's going to take 50 days for that to be done, but as I say, 50 days when you have the better time mod, and that's exactly the reason why I'm recommending it, is just incredible. It's really, really good. Okay, so we're going to go for frugal here. Less wages, always good. And go back into the smithy real fast. So let's actually just take a look at the orders here. So as you can see, we do have some things that I can potentially make. I can make the pike. Doesn't look particularly good right now, does it? No, this doesn't look particularly good, so not going to do that one. What about this? No, we don't have any parts here either. As I said, doing orders right now is probably not really going to work out too well for us, so I am literally just going to go into the arena. That's a funny thing. Not sure why the guy that you need to go to respec is actually in the arena. It's a bit weird. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, I don't have any more questions. Here we go. Yes. Okay. What is it? Endurance, smithing. It's gonna be 4,000. That's absolutely fine. No problem at all there. And there you go. That's how you respec if you don't know how to respec. And basically that just allows you to re-choose all of your you know, all of your perks in that particular skill tree. So we're just going to go for the charcoal, and then we'll do the learning rate when smelting, learning rate when smithing, and successful crafting orders of notables increase your relation by +2 with them. Yeah, why not? Why not? Maybe we're going to smith some stuff, eh? Maybe we're going to smith some stuff. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let's smelt some things first of all. This is obviously going to be... I mean, literally, look at how much stuff I have. It's going to be incredible. Are we actually going to be getting anything here either? Because the amount of time that we're going to have to wait to get our energy back, that's the reason why I've always tried to install something like, you know, better smithing continued or whatever, because that really makes a huge difference in how fast you're able to smith. And yeah, it's not very realistic in the sense that you're obviously going to be, you know, endlessly smelting, because let's face it, you know, from a real life perspective, of course that's not going to be the case, but from a game perspective and from me spending little time doing that, it's kind of useful, you know. It is kind of useful. Anyway, do I want to smelt this? Yes, why not? There we go. It seems fine for me to do that now, to be honest. And we're getting so many smithing parts, as you can see. So this is really, really useful. And this is exactly the reason why I actually wanted to wait a pretty significant amount of time before we did this, because I wanted to get so many resources so that we would have easily enough for us to continue the smithing after the case. Because then what we can do is we're only limited by our... yeah, we're going to smelt the black heart. I'm not going to use the two-handed, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to, but I just don't think it's going to work with this character right now. You know, it's something that I've used in the past, and I've absolutely loved it, but as it stands right now, no, I don't think it's going to really work for us too much, even though I might want to. Anyway, what's this? Ah, you want to do a caravan ambush? Okay, sure. Why not? Let's do the caravan ambush. It's going to be super simple, and it's going to break up the monotony a little bit of doing this smelting and everything. And this is another one of those episodes. I probably should have had a disclaimer at the start. I'll probably put "Peaceful Episode" as the title of this. Yes, just so you know. Anyway, I'm just going to take a quick look here. I'm just going to see... Ooh, 19% on Volantis. I'd like to fight Volantis. Bravos is 31%. Everyone else is relatively peaceful with us. So unlikely that that's going to happen. But you never know. Maybe we're going to get something in the future. I don't have any prisoners, right? No, I don't have any prisoners, I don't think. No, I don't. Okay. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so desert bandits, we're going to just attack those. I think I might actually like to fight a little bit, so I'm going to go in here and we're going to try to level up our bow skill. I think I'll try to level up my bow skill because my polearm skill is pretty good right now. And we're just going to... I'm actually just going to leave my forces back here and we're going to just try to do some damage myself. There we go. That was a nice headshot. That was completely on purpose, by the way. Not. Of course. Can I actually... Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's a little bit better. This is maybe not the best idea to actually level up my bow skill, to be honest, because they're all on mounts, and if you know me, I'm not particularly good at shooting at opponents when they're on mounts. It's kind of harsh for me, I don't know. I feel like I'm just not very good at moving targets. I'm much better at being the moving target, if you know what I mean. And the enemy is just kind of standing still. So even if they're at a long distance, I should be able to hit someone. But yeah, as it stands, wow, that was actually significantly easier than I anticipated. Wow, okay, they literally just ran smack dab in the middle of my forces by the looks of things, and they got them all killed. Wow. I wouldn't have expected that, actually. I would have would have actually thought to myself, hey, you know what? They're going to just run around us in a circle or something like that. I thought that would probably make more sense, but apparently not. Apparently they just didn't they didn't really care. They didn't really, you know, have many cares in the world about that. Anyway. Oh yeah, I should have gone to Demon's Gate, shouldn't I? Oh yes. See, now that's the thing. Whenever I'm commentating, I consistently forget about stuff that I should be doing. Oh well, never mind. Okay. First of all, let's just do a little bit of this. And then we're just going to go on over to Demon's Gate and see what else we can get going there. Oh yeah, by the way, this is a little bit of an update on the leaderboard. As you can see, Ario has actually started doing tournaments again, because he was kind of stuck at 40 for quite some time, and I pulled ahead massively. I did a bunch more tournaments, and now we are at 48 wins. And I have no idea how much renown I'm getting per day, by the way. I really have no idea from the tournament. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just check this. So we have 1,584, okay? So I'm going to check in a second how much we're actually gaining from this. Let's just see here. What do I want to go for? Probably the granary. Yeah, probably the granary. I'm not thinking. Do we need? Wait a minute. Nearby hideout. Oh, I should probably eliminate that, shouldn't I? That's affecting our prosperity quite significantly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll do militia grounds as well, and we'll just go to the nearby hideout, and we'll just take care of that real fast. I think I should be able to get there in time. Can I get there? Ah, I didn't get there in time. Okay, that's sad. 1,584. Remember that? 1,584. Let's take a look. Yes. 1,585. So we gained 1 renown. Yes. 1. Sad. Okay. Now, I'm actually going to do something here. I am going to literally go in with 1 companion, okay? We're going to go in with Gerren, and that's it. So we're going to kind of challenge ourselves a little bit here. Obviously, technically, I should be going in here by myself if I want to challenge myself a little bit more, but I kind of want to make sure that we maybe win. I don't know. Very much depends on a number of aspects. Let me see if I can actually shoot this guy. There we go. We didn't actually kill him. Unfortunate. Can I get a headshot? No. Okay, apparently not. What is Gerren doing, by the way? I told him to charge, didn't I? There he is. What's he doing? He's being a bit of a silly fellow, isn't he, at the moment? I'm not sure what he's doing. Oh, never mind. Wow, he just absolutely murdered that fellow. And maybe we can get a nice headshot here. Oh, no, never mind. It just whizzed right past his head. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool to do something like this, in my opinion. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of hones your skills a little bit more. And I know that sounds like a little bit preposterous because it's like, well, honing your skills against bandits. You know, yeah, I mean, that's the point. It's a little bit more about getting in touch with how a bow handles and things. And I think that kind of makes quite a lot of difference, because you could see here that I'm actually hitting a lot more than I... Okay, ha ha ha. Yes, ha ha. Wonderful. Isn't that always the case? It is absolutely always the case where I am literally saying, oh yes, it allows you to hit so much more. And then, yeah. And then I miss multiple times. Yeah, that's such a fantastic thing. Okay, this guy is literally just not even seeing where we are. Oh, okay, never mind. Apparently he's just like, yeah, that's because I don't really care about your accuracy. And indeed, he is not. Okay, let me just move a little bit ahead here. Okay, this guy is literally going to get sliced. Boom. Oh, man. Okay, hello. Yeah, that was some damage. 374 damage. Definitely wasn't expecting that, was he? No, not at all. That, I mean, at least it was a quick one, right? It was a quick death. So he doesn't have to really worry about suffering too much. And this fellow is going to shoot me in the face, or maybe not. 445! Okay, wow. This is some record-breaking damage right here for me. Usually I'm going to do about this much damage when I'm, you know, when I'm on horseback or something. But Gerren actually got himself eliminated, so now I have to fight these guys by myself. Actually, you know what? We're going to go for a duel. We'll go for a duel, alright? Very well. Let us settle this one-on-one. You have no chance. That guy, he was like, oh, you will pay for attacking our hideout. And no. Yeah, that didn't really work out too well for him, did it? Anyway, we're just going to take some Khuzait peasants just to put them in the garrison or something like that. Why not? And there we go. Increased our relation with the nearby notables, which is obviously fantastic. Is it? I don't know. I don't actually know whether it's that fantastic, but there you go anyway. And now we thankfully don't have any problems with the hideout nearby, so the security should start going up, and that means that the prosperity is hopefully going to increase as well. Hopefully that will work. Alright, so once again, we're just going to do a little bit of smithing right here. I'm just going to get rid of this axe and just get a bunch of stuff. There we go, a bunch of stuff being done, and, oh, I did not want to go back in there, I just wanted to wait here for some time. But yeah, anyway, Better time mod, highly recommended. You know, escort caravan missions, basically anything you can do to increase the relation of your villagers with yourself. That really makes a huge difference as well. Being able to recruit people super easily. And we should probably smelt these. That's going to give me a huge amount of really high tier pieces of resources. And I actually would like to do I'd like to do some smithing, so I'm going to try out some smithing in just a second, and we're going to see whether we can actually do something really good with them. So let's forge two-handed polearm. Is this actually going to work? I mean, look at the amount of parts that we have right now. These are obviously not very good parts, mind you, but they're parts nonetheless, and I think that's actually pretty nice. Let me see. Can I actually get something here? Ooh, hello. Oh, no, the weapon reach is not that good. What about this one? Thrust speed. How do I increase the thrust speed? No, that's not going to work. Okay, you know, the handling is not good enough there. Okay, so what about just a free build? Let's do a two-handed sword. Let's do a tier 4 sword. And I'd like a better hilt, please. Something like this, I guess. There we go. And let's make something that's tier 4 over here as well. It doesn't really matter what it is. And there we have it. Okay, something like this. Increase the size of all these things. There we are. And let's do it. Okay, let's see how much skill we get for this, because it's a 200 difficulty thing. We got one skill point. Two. Oh, okay. We get 1 skill point per craft. Okay. I guess that's okay. I guess that's kind of decent, right? Is it kind of decent? I don't know, really. But we are unlocking more smithing parts, obviously, because we do have the learned smith skill or whatever it is. Let's see how much we can actually sell these for as well. 8,600. Not bad. Not bad, actually. So might as well sell a couple of these, and then we're going to smith the rest, or shall we say smelt the rest, and then get those parts back, and then we'll be able to rinse and repeat that over and over again to hopefully get our parts and, you know, just continue creating things. That's kind of the hope, at least. Anyway, that's probably going to be it for this episode. I apologize if this was not something that you particularly enjoyed, because let's face it, we didn't have too many battles or anything like that, but there are very few battles to be had when there is no war going on, and I'm just going to take one quick last look at the various things that are going on here, just so you can actually see that indeed there are no things going on here for us to do battle with. Maybe Bravos, as I say, they still have a 29% support, but that is not really that dramatic. So yeah, we're going to have to wait a little bit more. I'm going to do some more progression off screen, and we'll see where we go after that. Hopefully my smithing skill will be able to level up quite a bit, and then we'll be able to go somewhere else. Oh, hello. Minus 50% stamina spent while smelting. This is perfect for me. Yes, finally. Yeah, that's going to make so much difference. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.